Guys, I almost lost my temper this morning.
Again? What happened this time?
You look frustrated. Tell us the story.
I stopped at a grocery store before coming here. The cashier seemed angry at everyone. Maybe she was having a difficult day. That's what everybody always says.
Maybe people say that because sometimes it's true.
Or maybe some people are just rude.
Can you really be sure about that?
She still looked rude to me. But do we know what happened to her today?
Exactly. We only saw her face, not her story.
Maybe you're right, but she still seemed angry at everyone. Sometimes people are fighting battles we know nothing about.
And those battles often affect how they treat others.
So you think people should get a free pass for being rude? No, but understanding is different from excusing.
Exactly. We can understand without agreeing.
That guy looks really sad. Maybe he's remembering someone.
Or maybe he's missing someone.
You always assume people have a story. Because most people do.
We all carry things nobody else can see.
Maybe I judge people too quickly sometimes. Most of us do.
The important thing is realizing it.
So what's the solution? Slow down before reacting.
And ask yourself what you might not know yet.
Honestly, I usually react first and think later. Most people do when emotions take control.
That's why understanding requires effort. See that? Another angry person.
Or maybe another stressed person.
Sometimes stress looks exactly like anger. I never thought about stress that way.
People rarely show what's really happening inside.
Most battles are invisible.
Some customers are already getting annoyed. The waitress looks nervous.
Maybe she's new.
So what if someone really is rude? That still doesn't tell us why.
Understanding the reason changes everything.
That guy sounds angry. He might be scared.
Fear often disguises itself as anger. You're saying anger isn't always anger.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's fear, pain, or frustration.
Poor kid. He looks heartbroken. Maybe he lost a toy.
Or maybe something much bigger to him.
I guess pain looks different at every age. That's true.
But it feels real to everyone who carries it.
When I was a kid, small things felt like the end of the world, because they were big things to you back then.
Pain should never be measured from the outside. Maybe that's what we do. We compare people's problems.
And sometimes we dismiss them.
Even though we don't know how heavy they feel. She looks anxious about something.
Maybe she's waiting for important news.
Or maybe she's carrying a burden nobody sees.
It's strange. I never think about what strangers are going through.
Most people don't. That's why empathy is so powerful.
Everyone seems busy. Everyone is carrying something.
The difference is that some burdens are invisible.
That delivery guy looks exhausted. He's probably been working all day.
And people might still complain that he's late.
I never thought about his side of the story. There's always another side.
Usually a side we never see.
So what causes people to judge so quickly? Assumptions.
And assumptions are often incomplete.
We fill in the missing information ourselves, even when we don't know the facts.
And that's where misunderstandings begin. The more we talk about this, the more I see it.
See what?
How little we actually know about the people around us.
Honestly, I'm starting to think I've judged a lot of people unfairly. Most of us have.
The important thing is recognizing it.
Why do we assume the worst so quickly? Because assumptions are easy.
Understanding takes more effort. A few hours ago, I would have called that guy rude.
And now?
Now you're asking what might be happening in his life.
Maybe he was late for something important, or worried about someone.
Exactly. We usually see the action, not the reason. That guy looks overwhelmed. He's trying to win at once.
He's trying to serve everyone at once.
Pressure changes people more than we realize.
So what should we do when someone treats us badly?
Pause before reacting. And remember that you may not know the full story.
That's harder than it sounds.
Of course it is. But that's why empathy is a skill.
A skill? Something you practice.
The more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
I wish more people thought this way.
Maybe they can. Someone just has to start.
You know what? I think I understand now.
Understand what? That every person is carrying something we cannot see.
I used to think understanding people was easy.
Most people do, until they realize how much remains unseen.
So everyone is carrying something?
Something big or something small. But whatever it is, it feels heavy to them.
Maybe that's why some people seem distant.
Or distracted.
Sometimes they're fighting battles in their own minds. And we mistake that for attitude.
It happens all the time.
Because assumptions are faster than understanding. This conversation has completely changed how I look at people.
That's a good thing. Growth usually starts with a new perspective.
So what should I do next time I get angry?
Pause. Pause, just for a few seconds.
And then what?
Ask a question. What might I not know about this person?
That simple question could stop a lot of arguments.
A lot of unnecessary ones. And maybe save a lot of relationships too.
I wish someone had taught me this years ago.
It's never too late. The best time to start is now.
I'm gonna try this from now on.
Me too. Then this conversation was worth having.
You know what's funny? The one thing in face?
What? What? Go ahead, tell us.
This morning I was angry at the cashier.
And now? Now you're wondering what she was going through.
That's a completely different way of thinking.
A more human way. A more compassionate way.
Maybe the world needs more compassion.
A lot more. And it starts with ordinary people like us.
One person at a time.
One conversation at a time. One act of understanding at a time.
Maybe the world needs more compassion.
A lot more. And it starts with ordinary people like us.
I think I spend too much time judging people.
Most people do without realizing it. The important part is choosing to change.
So what's the best thing to remember?
That everyone has a story. And most of that story is invisible.
Invisible?
The struggles, fears, and worries. Everyone carries an invisible backpack. We just can't see what's inside.
Next time I get angry, I'll stop and think first, and ask what I might not know.
Because everyone is fighting a battle we cannot see.